Okay, this is my second part of the video. Somebody called me and messed my whole thing up. I thought it was my boss and everything, but yeah. Now, here's the thing. Like I was saying, the Jamar Chase and everything and all these allegations, we don't give anybody the benefit of the doubt. Now, people are going to come and say, well, you don't give LeBron any benefit of the doubt, you go in on him. Here's the difference. LeBronies for years has continued to use his power in the NBA. And what's funny to me is how people try to say, well, the media's tearing him down and stuff. I said, how's the media tearing him down? The media has destroyed Kevin Durant and others. Now all of a sudden they're talking about him because that's what happens. The only reason he's been protected is because he's the token Negro. He's the token Negro. He's the guy who everybody is like, oh well, we love and everything, and oh, he's adorable, because they've been paying millions of dollars to make his image great. You guys don't understand is that they paint people onto you. Just like Kwame Brown said, Lyndon B. Johnson said that the next time around they're going to choose our heroes for us, which they do. And then you have people talking about, well, athletes is given that they're this and that. No, it's not. That's what they want you to believe, is that athletes are perfect and they paint this image. That's why what happened to Kobe Bryant after that, they just start painting him as the bad guy, because that's the only way they could market him. They market him as the goody two-shoes, but when that was ruined, they had to market him as the villain. People was like, well, Michael Jordan was in this day and time, he would struggle to make it. I said absolutely. Michael Jordan would struggle in this time, because Michael Jordan was very different in how he acted. Michael did not like the spotlight like that. He loved the endorsements and getting the praise and getting money like that, but Jordan wasn't looking to, how do I say, Jordan wasn't like LeBron. He's playing the game all the time. He wasn't playing the game like that. It was a certain extent Mike would go to. It's a certain extent what Mike would do. LeBron goes overboard. He does whatever they tell him to do. Whatever China tells him to do, he does. And people don't understand that LeBron is owned. He's owned. People own him. He has to do whatever masters say do. And people act like they don't see that or understand that. And I'm like, all right, that's up to y'all. So for us to jump to conclusions, which the fans do and the media do, they just jump to conclusions basically tearing down athletes. Tearing down athletes, tearing down everything they're about, entertainers. You know, they don't even know the whole situation. They don't even know the whole information or anything that's going on. They don't even take into consideration anything. They don't take into consideration anything. They just are like, oh, well, whatever, I ain't even, he's guilty, he gotta be guilty, he gotta be something there, instead of them just questioning everybody. But see, it's only certain people that they pick or they go against. Like the Sha'Carri Richardson situation. Shout out to Carcino for Life and what he said. He made a great video on that. But me, I disagree with some points. Sha'Carri Richardson brought that on herself by allowing them to use her. Those people there who basically put her out there, yeah, they of course they wanted her downfall. They wanted her downfall. They preyed on her downfall because she was running around here popping off at the mouth. Well, not her, but the people around her was setting her up and popping off at the mouth. And they were basically pushing her to be this person when she wasn't. The other girl was better than her. I think her last name was Davis. I can't think of her name, Felix or something. She was better than her. And Sha'Carri finished last and everything. And instead of her she just wasn't ready. She was messed up. And I agree. She didn't know what to say at the end. So she was just trying to paint the picture of trying to brush it off and everything. And it's like, wow. But the problem I have is, why did you interview her? You didn't interview the Elaine girl first. Thompson Elaine. She the one who won, or her person who raced with her. And the thing that she talked about is team. She talked about team. She talked about how the other women made her get better, like pushed her to be better. And that's the facts. See, that's the point of the whole thing. Sha'Carri, like, I understood she accepted responsibility, but then she kept on popping off on the Twitter talking about, oh, did y'all miss me yet? And then she talking about, she brought that on herself. If she would have just shut the hell up, went out there and trained, got herself right, ready for this race, because she wasn't ready. She wasn't prepared. Her preparation was a 0. And she wasn't prepared. And then she's going back and forth with the other women on her team, because the other women were like, look, she made a mistake, but we support her, but still, you guys make sure you watch us. Make sure you tune in to see how we're doing. And then Sha'Carri gonna get upset, say something slick back to him. Then she gonna praise the Jamaican women and all that. And it's like, the Jamaican women don't respect that. Other countries don't respect that. Why are you praising them when you have your teammates out there, or people you call your teammates, they're out there doing their best to try to win? Right? And what happened? And what happened? Huh? What happened? All of this stuff comes back. But my thing is this. A lot of y'all were outraged, but if this was a football player or a basketball player that was caught with marijuana, y'all would have been destroying them. Y'all would have destroyed them, and y'all know y'all would have. But don't get upset with me for pointing out the obvious. You guys that get mad and say, oh, you not trying to support her. Who said I didn't support her? The thing was me telling you and trying to explain to y'all dumbasses is, don't be fooled by what's in front of you. Don't be fooled by somebody trying to say they're this and they're that when they're not. You know, and I found out about she wasn't even the best racer in her group. And she wasn't. Those Jamaican women are serious. They set a record on the relay. They set a record in the relay. They set a record with the 100 meters, the 200 meters. Those girls do not play. Excuse me. Those girls do not play. The Jamaican men, they're just Usain Bolt and them, they on point. So that's what I'm saying. You guys are so quick. So quick. so quick to back different people, to back what the agenda is telling you to back. And it's not just me who sees these things about, let's say LeBrownies. I got a group of people around me who I don't know from a can of paint. They don't like LeBrownies. They don't like them. They not looking at all these stats and everything. They watching the games. A lot of these Mexicans that's out here around me, they don't like LeBron. They do not like him. They miss Kobe. They miss Magic. They miss Shaq. They miss all those guys who were real Lakers. They don't like all that crying. And now he's able to get all this. These Laker fans are like, okay, cool, but still, what are you going to do when it's time to win? And then you have a bunch of his guys on the news like Nick Gonzo, and then of course you got Shannon Guzzler. You got both of them finding ways to make it seem like he's this and that. Now, Chris Broussard, he's one of them, but he's been changing into his tune a lot. Because Nick Wrong, his dumb behind, he basically is going to try to compare Chris Middleton to a young Kobe, and I just wanted to go slap him. Like, dude, Chris Middleton wasn't even better than Michael Redd. Michael Redd was better than Chris Middleton. Way better. Could shoot the ball better, played big when it mattered. He just didn't have the teams that Chris Middleton had. If Michael Redd had a Giannis, man, what? Michael Redd's career would have been a little longer. He wouldn't have had to do everything. But you guys forget players like that. Then they talked about Giannis being the best player one day or 2 days, and then they start moving on to talk about the Lakers versus Nets championship. Told you it's a joke. Now Adam Silver wants to talk about super teams, and we're going to revisit trying to stop them. But you let your boyfriend allegedly get away with having all these teams that he wanted to construct. He could put anybody on his team. You could put anybody on his team. Anybody he wanted. He wanted to put anybody on his team. That's just funny to me. Very funny. Very funny. This is crazy. This is what happens, man. You drive home at a certain time. But yeah, what do you guys believe? Do you guys believe that do y'all believe that do y'all believe that the allegations against Jamar Chase is true or not? Do you still believe Deshaun Watson's innocent, or you believe he's guilty? And let me know. And also, do you feel like it's inbounds to keep bringing Cappy Pondexter up, or out of bounds? Because I still think they should have looked into that. Very powerful people stepped in and stopped that from continuously being put out there. But see, this is the blindness of people. People are blinded by this guy LeBrownies. He could do no wrong. This is the same thing Jordan fans used to do with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan couldn't do no wrong. You know, everybody thought, oh, he was the squeaky clean guy when he was doing dirt on his wife. He was out there messing around. He was out there doing other things, and nobody talked about it because he's Black Jesus. Can't talk about Black Jesus. And if LeBron was winning more, LeBron James would get the same praise. But he loses too much. He tries to change the narrative instead of going out there and creating it on his own. He tries to make it instead of just go out there and do it. So, you know, that's just how it is. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDIITV. Thank you all for listening. We out. Deezy.